Hello and welcome again. I have my cherry tea ready on the side. I have my Yorkshire Terrier behind me snuggling in her bed. And it's time to start. I wanted to come to you with something different today than watercolors. And I love so many different mediums. I had those in the cupboard and I thought, why not giving a go today to pastels. I just fancy that for a while. You know, when you have a meal that you fancy for a while, you think, oh, I really fancy, I don't know, sushi or pizza or something. And this was similar. So the paper, I have made so many different tests on paper, what works with which pastels, because I have a few different sets. And this is really lovely, lovely paper from Strathmore, tone grey. But now, recently I discovered that I like kind of warmer tones, everything really. But I think it might give a nice contrast. So it's relatively smooth, but it has so many different little fibers inside. It just looks already toned for you, so you can quite easily apply highlights. It's nice for sketching as well. If you have, for example, pencil or charcoal, and then you have a white chalk, you can create such a beautiful things, or even white pastel. You can create quite easily really beautiful beautiful work. I'm trying to see if you can see that. Yeah, that's fine. So we're going to use that one today. I'll pop that on the side. I also have this one from Strathmore, Tone Tan Mixed Media. So it has slightly different warmer tone, and I think I'm going to start buying this one from now on. I just like it. I like the warmth. However, if we use warm colors of the pastels in our drawing, that might give a nice contrast, because everything is just warm, that's not going to look good. And if we have that cool in the background as our paper, and then we have warm coming forward, that will give a 3D kind of more depth, I think. So let me show you what pastels we're using, and this feels like I'm having a sweetie shop here, because they are so beautiful. So this is just a small set I have another one I'll show you a different time, and that's the set from KOh-i-noor, which is a very reasonable priced brand. I do like their pencils, I really like their products, and it's this set of 48. So the way these pastels are, these are soft dry pastels, because you have two different types. You have greasy oil pastels, and you have this soft like chalk, and these are lovely. They blend so nicely, they just work easily. You can put them on the paper without any scratchiness or denting anything. So these are beautiful set. I highly recommend, and honestly the price comparing to other brands is not too bad. And this is another set. Oh, so those big, let me just open that for you. So this is from Derwent, and this is I believe it's British company, because they have a Derwent factory, unless they sold it to different nationality, I don't know. But it's a traditional company. You can even visit Museum of Pencils somewhere up north, I think, from Derwent. And they create color pencils, pastels, but they're famous from their charcoal pencils. And these are, look how much I used already. They unfortunately they get quickly kind of erased as you use them. So these are in form of pencil, and they are quite soft, so you need to be careful when you apply pressure. So when you have this chunky, when you have this chunky pastel here, and you can make quite thick broad marks, when it comes to detail, it's nice to have a pinpointed very fine tip, just to go over. And when I was testing different papers with different pastels, these guys are a lovely marriage. They get along is a good marriage, these two. And obviously you have to try on different papers. There's so many different ones. But we're not talking about papers today. We're talking about just using these two sets. And this paper. Oh, look, I made a bit of a mess. Hopefully that's something I can clean off. So I have also my mechanical pencil, rubber, and old t-shirt from my son. Because it's pure cotton, so it's nice to use that rag. And what I do, I'm gonna get quite dirty fingers from Pastels, and also Pastels make up contaminated colors, so I like to keep that t-shirt here. I give it a bit of a spray, just a little bit with water, and I have that handy because I'm going to wipe my hands a million times on that t-shirt, but you can just chuck it in a wash and it goes off really easily. Okay, so our topic today is this beautiful bouquet that lives in my living room. I hope you can see. Oh, I'm struggling a little bit. Oh, I hope you can see. It's just a jug from IKEA. I'll pop that on a computer screen on a video as well, so you can have that reference. And I took a few. That's a really nice one on the window with a bit of a backlight, so the light coming from the window, and it's got that white lovely light shining through. Different scenarios, but what do I like the most? I don't like this at the angle. I like it straight on. Those little raspberries are so adorable as well. Composition wise, either that. I think this one is my favorite for this purpose. I might add another flower somewhere, so to keep the balance, or just keep one here and add somewhere there, because it's kind of very heavy on this side with those two large flowers, so it might take away attention. But you know, it's full fun. We're going loose. It's about experimenting and just enjoying ourselves. So I'm not too stressed about doing photorealism. It's about to show that beauty and emotion and not gesture and here, but just a little bit more like a feeling rather than anything else. So I'm just going to sketch for now. I'm going to place my jar and sketch. It's going to be covered with that paint anyway. Pastel, not paint. And funny, because I heard that actually operating with pastels, it's actually called painting, not drawing, which I'm in I'm two minds about it. I cannot get my mind around it. But you know, if you start thinking too much about technicalities and things like that, and just keep drawing, keep creating, don't think too much about what it's called. It's what doesn't matter really. So I'm not sure if you can see any kind of lines, but I'm giving a very, 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 very soft, very just roughly where things going to be shapes wise, with a pencil, and try to think 3D rather than just flat drawing. Oh yeah, I quite like that actually. And I'm going to put another of that white flower here, and maybe something that is different kind but light, so my eye will bounce around the picture. I'm trying to plan it ahead a little bit, so it's not just going to be exactly the same like here, but I think that's going to be roughly it. Right, so let's get started. This is a very basic sketch. So I tend to start from kind of darkest elements and building up to lighter. We're going to choose, this is a delicious color. Oh, they even have names. So this is dark green, but I won't be telling you all the names of colors. You can see here and you can choose yours. It's not a tutorial kind of paint by dots thing. So I'm just pressing down here and looking where are the darkest elements. Ooh, this one already broke, but don't worry if that happens, because sometimes we're using that way around, you know, to create more and more surface. And broken pastel is just, you have 2 pastels now, sticks. Not to worry. So I want to add a little bit darkness to it, but I don't want to necessarily use black. I'm just going to use kind of a little bit of a brown here and there, just to give it a darkness, but warmth as well, because black does soak up all the color. There's no coming back from black, guys. Anyway, just to let you know, finally, this is my cherry tea time. Just to let you know, the sun finally came out. I opened the blinds this morning and I thought, oh no, it's going to be one of those horrible dark days where there's nothing but the gloom. But it was a lovely surprise and it was sunny. So I was so happy, because recently we had honestly the most horrendous rain, and it's not good for your well-being. So here I'm just adding purple and darker blue, which go beautifully together in harmony. And now I'm going using my pinky finger, and I'm kind of smudging it here and there, using my t-shirt and wiping it off. A little bit more water. So it's that easy to get rid of it. So now that green I created earlier, I'm going to smudge that as well, because that's pretty much in the background. And you have to trust the process, because at the moment it looks like an ugly mess. No promise here. But hopefully it will all come together at the end. So you need to wait and see for yourself. A little bit darker here. So as I go, I might even change my mind and say, oh, actually, you know what? I prefer that, or I prefer that. This is one of my favorite greens. I said I'm not going to say the names of colors. Now this is dark olive green, and I love it. I think, again, I just discovered recently the warm palette is for me. So that's good. Just adding those in. And again, a little bit darker. Let's get a slightly different shade of brown. I think I'm going to have to use very dark blue in that area as well. Oh, that's not dark enough. It's very vibrant. What shall we do? I need a really, really dark. The only option is black, I think. Let's see if I put a little bit of black there. Maybe it's not such a crime, just sparingly. I don't know, it dulls it up so much. Dulls it down. Go over with a brown. Okay. Now we need some more of those beautiful green leaves. Just an impression of them here and there. And now we have those beautiful yellow ochre kind of little flowers, and that's a good one for it. So kind of just here and there. I'm gonna say the topic of today is going to be here and there. That's the word. Now these little flowers are very green yellow sort of, so I'm going to pick up those two and try to merge it together. So I think we need a little bit of background there. Dark background, because once you put that light, you're not going to go underneath and make any darker. It's good to have that background. Okay, and now I can make these lovely. So starting with this green, just like that, and going with a yellow on top, and then on top the little of white, just like that. So it gives you a 3D kind of impression. Okay, let's get into our jar. So I'm using the pencil, just going to kind of sketch in. And imagine if you were doing glass jar, that would be such a nice effect to get with pastels, so easy. Oh, we need a little handle as well. Great, and just adding a little bit of grey under here. Back to it, and do some highlights. Now we can, oh, I need to make sure I clean my fingers. Clean them regularly because you're gonna dab it and ruin it. I'm just going to smudge it up. Very gently, no rush. Ah! Also, you can use a rubber, which is amazing, because with different mediums, with watercolors, once you made a mistake, you're pretty much doomed. So again, that kind of, I'm going to use those two different colors and create this white, beautiful flower. Hope you can see all right. Yeah, just checking position. And now I might even add that yellow pencil. Not at the end, we're gonna go over everything anyway. And that's the most beautiful kind of petals. So lovely. Just like that, a hint. And now let's tackle those at the bottom here. The I don't know what they call. I should know. I do like plants, and I usually know the names. Bit of chamomiles, I don't know. And that's going to be one of them. And the other behind. So it is a bit like painting, I have to say, not like drawing with the pastels. The feeling. Okay. Just going to add on more highlights here. Oh, let's add those raspberries in the background there. So I got, this is such a strong or light red. I'm gonna have to mix it up with brown or something. It's just too strong. It does look nice though, just like that. I'm just gonna add it up, mix it a little bit. I think you could use like a makeup tools to mix it as well if you want to be a bit more precise. I think I want to actually push it to the next level, this stoke thing, and just give it a highlights with a little pink. I would like to add a little bit of pink somewhere as well, because once we add it here, we want to balance it out a little bit as well, maybe here. Just make it very rich. That's good. And a darker pink just to... And there was a hanging little plant at the bottom here, so I'm just going to kind of add that on. Ooh, rolling pins. I'm still learning how to draw and paint flowers. I absolutely love flowers, but it just, I don't know, it causes me a bit of a trouble to trick my mind that draw what you see, not what you think, because we are so used to draw flowers in a certain way from when we learn at school or kids. And then actually those shapes are so different than that. Oh, another news, not a massive one, but I actually sold a sample on the Spoonflower shop. So I'm starting soon my course with Bonnie Christine, as I made a video on that, on the starting and the nerves. But I've been submitting my designs into Spoonflower for a while now. I don't know how long, over a year maybe. I had a few sales, but they were all samples, and this time is also a sample. But you know, one day someone will order a proper size, some products. But I'm hoping once I get hit the ground running, is that the phrase? Once I get properly designing, working, and learning how to do it properly, I'm hoping to license designs and pitch to companies. So it won't be just Spoonflower, it will be properly pitching them out. I'm just adding little stalks here and there. This is a gorgeous shape here. What we're going to do with that, I think that's going to be another white sort of plant. What did we do? This one. I feel like I'm in a rush because I don't want my battery to die on me. And I don't want to bore you guys. And I would love to know what you're working on today, what you're doing. Are you doing the same design as me, or are you doing something completely different, or you're just cleaning your bathroom and listening in the backgrounds, because that's what I do sometimes. Well, not with the art channels, I have to say, but with different audiobooks and stuff. If you can listen to something interesting, why on earth would you not? I don't know. I don't like silence, as you can tell. I talk all the time. Oh, it's looking good. Yeah, once you blow all the dust goes everywhere. I'll probably add another white flower around here. It's so easy. You just dip, dip, dip. A hint of it. Another darker. And luckily these pencils, when you actually use them, they go over what you already drew. So that's good, because not every brand does. I have another set of soft pastels. So I would use, instead of these, the Rembrandts. The Rembrandts are very hard. And it doesn't work with those pencils. So you have to really test which ones do work. Just adding light here and there, adding a little bit. Not too crazy. Now you have to think, what sort of flower we're going to put in here. Something smaller, or maybe those little blue ones. I quite fancy that come. Oh my gosh, I can't remember what they called, but they have this little fluffy bit and a little bits on the end. Honestly, my brain doesn't work so well these days with finding words. Okay, so I got these two colors, but I thought that would be cute. Maybe not all of that area. Not forget-me-not, because forget-me-not are stunning little flowers. But these are different. Can't remember the name for the life of me. But I'll make it my own type. Just adding that richness, that beautiful. Oh, I forgot. This is one of my favorite combination. And this is kind of salmon coral red. Sorry, coral red. And light orange. Are there any corals in the room? Wouldn't it be nice to have a color named by you? Where should we add that? That just adds such a nice little punch. Yeah, just what I feel like. It's gonna go here. Beautiful. Just add that richness of the bouquet. As you know, that's the beautiful about the bouquet. Got the color, volume, all the different shapes and textures. Or maybe that combination will be good. So something like a sort of shape. Yes, I like it. Oh, I thought we could live up this one. Oh, I'm not sure if I like that. Again, you can always rub it up, erase, something like that. I quite like the idea of a tiny little speckly things as well. Just like that. And that's the fun bit, when you just add a little bit here and there. And where else? This is kind of empty bit, but we want a little bit of space to breathe as well. That's this gorgeous color of the sun, of the summer. We haven't got any of those grasses like a, what they call barley. I'm not that bothered, to be honest. Let's make it like a fluffy thing. That looks nice. And now a little bit of white or lighter shade, maybe. Lighter shade and white. Just try not to be too unified, because that will then give you a very fake look. I think I'm gonna add a few forget-me-nots, and these are this blue and this kind of yellow in the middle. So just a few extra bits. No one even can tell they forget-me-nots, so wouldn't be too worried. What else can we add around here? Something like this sort of color. Oh yes, I like that. And you see, once you have that background dark green, those colors pop. So that was the whole point, to create that mess at the beginning. And what we could do, we can add a few kind of dots here and there, just to give it a vibrancy and a life. Maybe too much. But once you start making everything light, it loses its power and it's good not to offer to it. A few more greens kind of for leaves, I think. So we have our back leaves done, which are dark, but in the foreground those leaves will be more vibrant and lighter. So these are the leaves kind of which live at the front, just adding few of those. And there's one on the floor here on our surface. Don't worry if you cover some bits, it just gives a more realistic look. Obviously don't cover your favorite flowers and bits. And just a little bit darker the ones maybe at the bottom of those leaves, just to give a 3D feeling. Okay. Whoopsie. I have to clean my hands now because we're going to go back to white, and I'm going to clean up that jug. I mean, add a little bit more white to it. And I'm going to clean my pastel stick as well, which I just did, just to see. Actually, that hasn't got a highlight. If you look at your reference, look where it is, like a little bit here, and very much the edge of this thing, but then there is grey underneath. Grey, please. This light grey. And that gives us a little bit 3D as well. We don't want everything to be the same light. There's a bit of a shadow from that flower. You can even use slightly darker grey. No, they are amazing pastel artists in the world and on YouTube, and you can look at them. I just wanted to give it a go the way I like, and I love this little bouquet. Oh, I really like those little balls. That's cute, and they are kind of a little bit green. I'll go over with my little pen. Little pencil, so you can create so many different effects, and a little bit maybe over our table or something like that. Oh, the sun is shining finally. Daisy, we're gonna go for a walk later, yeah? She's a 13-year-old girl, Yorkie, so she's not that excited about walks anymore, sadly. My other dog was crazy about walks. Oh, that's nice. And just kind of blend. So it's a little bit. Okay, I think I might be done with this one. If there's anything else you want to add, feel free to your drawing. Any more powerful, beautiful colors. But like I said, if you then put too much, it becomes a bit overwhelming. So that's the finished drawing. I hope you enjoy that, guys. And please consider subscribing, and you can see more of my content and sharing. I would really appreciate a like or comment. I only started this channel not that long ago, but I would love to give it a little bit of momentum. And it's very motivating when I see that people actually enjoying this type of content and those videos are useful. So if you would be so kind and leave your comment or like or subscribe, I will be very, very grateful. Okay, have a lovely day. I hope you have a nice weather wherever you are as well. And I'll see you at the next time. Bye.